My beloved children, I ask that you subscribe to this channel, as I will use it to deliver my warnings and messages from my Heavenly Father. Enjoy and leave a comment telling me you love me. I am always with you, even when the silence feels unbearable. There are moments when the weight of life becomes so heavy that you start to wonder if I am still there, still watching, still caring. You pray, but all you hear is your own voice echoing back into the quiet. You cry, but the only response you feel is the cold of the night. I want you to know that my silence is never absence. I have never taken a single step away from you. Even in the stillness, I am closer than the breath in your lungs. I am listening to every word, even those you whisper without sound. My love does not fade with the noise of this world, and it certainly doesn't disappear in your silence. I wait with you, I weep with you, and I hold you in ways you cannot always perceive. Even when you feel forgotten by the world, I'm still holding your name close to my heart. People come and go. They love when it's easy. They support when it's convenient. And they listen when your words make sense. But when your thoughts are scattered, when your tears have no explanation, when your emotions are tangled and heavy, I remain. I do not need explanations. I do not require perfection. I see your whole being, your doubts, your fears, your desires, and your hopes. I see what others miss, and I treasure what others discard. You are never a burden to me. You are never too much. My love does not weaken when yours does. I carry you through the confusion, even when you think I am far away. The silence you feel is not a sign of rejection, but a space where trust is being formed. In the stillness, your soul stretches. In the quiet, you begin to hear the whispers that busyness once drowned out. You are learning to walk by faith, not by emotion. You are discovering that peace is not the absence of pain, but the presence of my hand, guiding you through it. Trust does not grow in comfort. It takes root in the unknown, in the waiting, in the dark. And in that sacred soil, I am planting things in you that you cannot yet see. Growth takes time, and I do not rush what I love. You are not being punished. You are being prepared for something deeper than comfort. I have seen every tear fall, even when you wiped it away quickly so no one else would notice. Nothing about your pain goes unseen by me. Your aching heart matters. Every sigh, every trembling hand, every sleepless night has been held in my awareness. I do not minimize your suffering. I do not compare it to others or tell you to be strong as the world does. I simply stay with you. I sit in the silence beside you. When words fail you, mine remain. When your strength fades, mine begins to carry you. You are not walking through this alone, not for 1 second. My presence is not proven by noise, but by the quiet assurance that you are never alone. You may not always understand what I am doing, but I never stop working for your good. I am weaving things together that you cannot yet see. There is a bigger picture that stretches far beyond this season of confusion. What feels like stillness is often a deep shift happening below the surface of your soul. I am healing places you haven't even named yet. I am softening edges hardened by past wounds. I am preparing relationships, opening doors, closing others, and aligning events you don't know you'll need. I do not waste silence. I fill it with purpose. What I build in silence will one day become your strength when the world gets loud again. You are not forgotten in the waiting. You are being refined in love. There is nothing passive about what I am doing, even when you feel inactive. You are not stuck. You are being shaped. There are parts of your character, your heart, and your vision that can only be forged in moments like these. You asked for deeper faith, for real peace, for genuine joy. I did not forget those prayers. This quietness is part of the answer. You are being emptied of illusions and filled with truth. You are not being hidden. You are being rooted. The deeper the roots, the higher the reach. What you learn here will anchor you in storms you have not yet faced. When others stop checking in, I remain fully present in every breath you take. You don't have to perform for my attention. You don't have to explain why you're not okay. I see you exactly as you are. You do not have to fear being too broken, too lost, or too confused for me. My love is not fragile. It does not retreat when you collapse. It wraps around you and waits with you. I hold space for your pain. I will not rush your process. I will not abandon you when your heart has no more words left to speak. In the silence, I am the whisper of hope that does not go out. In the stillness, I am the hand reaching toward you, again and again. You were never meant to carry this weight alone. I share your burdens even when you don't ask. I know you try to be strong for everyone. I see how hard you fight to keep going. But you were never created to hold it all yourself. I am not watching from a distance. I walk beside you, sharing the invisible burdens that no one else sees. When you cannot speak, I speak for you. When you cannot move, I carry you. You are not failing when you lean on me. That is where healing begins. That is where strength is born. There is no shame in resting in me. There is no weakness in needing me. I rejoice when you let me be your shelter. The silence is not empty. It is filled with my quiet love sustaining you. Even when your heart feels numb, even when you're too tired to care, I am surrounding you with tenderness. I understand what you're not saying. I see the heaviness behind your smile. I hear the ache in your silence, and I stay. I do not walk away. I am the same yesterday now and always, not in distance but in devotion. When the world goes quiet and no one else reaches out, I remain. My love is not dependent on your words. I do not need the perfect prayer. I need only your heart, exactly as it is, resting in mine. So when silence feels unbearable, remember this: I have not gone anywhere. I am closer than your doubts, deeper than your pain, stronger than your fear. The silence is not the end of the story. It is a sacred pause, a holy space where I pour into you in ways that noise cannot. I am not absent. I am preparing. I am present. I am healing. I'm teaching you to see with your spirit and not just your eyes. I'm awakening a strength within you that does not depend on circumstances. I'm writing a new chapter, and even in the silence, every line is filled with my love for you. You do not need to hide your wounds from me, because I already know where they are. You've been carrying pain that you've hidden even from yourself, burying it beneath responsibilities, smiles, silence, and distractions. But I see through every layer. I see the child in you that was ignored, the friend in you that was betrayed, the soul in you that was abandoned. My love does not run from brokenness. It leans in. It listens. It reaches for the places that others pass by. You may have believed the lie that your healing depends on your strength, but I tell you the truth. Your healing begins when you surrender to the strength of my love. My love is not fragile. It doesn't retreat when it meets your wounds. It embraces them with mercy. You do not have to be unscarred to be loved by me. So many have taught you that love is earned through beauty, through consistency, through perfection. But I loved you before you were able to love yourself. I loved you when you were still limping from the blows life dealt you. I have walked with you through every dark valley, even the ones where you thought no one noticed your fall. You may think your scars disqualify you, but they do not make you less. They make you real. And my love reaches for what is real. I do not love the version of you that pretends to be fine. I love the truth of you, the raw, honest, wounded, tired, hopeful you. My love doesn't just soothe pain, it transforms it. What you bring to me in pieces I do not discard, I redeem. You may have been broken by betrayal, hurt by those who should have protected you, scarred by choices you made in desperation. But I do not hold those things against you. I hold you closer because of them. I'm not intimidated by your past. I'm not ashamed of your story. My love moves into the rooms you keep locked. My love sits with you in the aftermath of storms you thought would never end. And slowly, with tenderness, I begin to make beauty out of what you thought could only ever be ruin. You do not have to keep pretending that you're fine just to be worthy of my presence. There is no need to wear a mask with me. You can cry, you can collapse. You can confess what feels too heavy to say out loud. I will not walk away. I will not withdraw my affection. I will not tell you to hurry up and heal. My love does not work like the world's. It doesn't get tired of your grief. It doesn't expect you to be cheerful while you're bleeding inside. It sits in the ashes with you. It waits for you to believe again that you are worth staying for. And I stay. Not for what you can offer, but simply because you are mine. You are not too far gone for my love to find you and lift you. Even in your lowest, even in your numbness, even in the places you've given up on yourself, I remain. You may have heard voices telling you that you're too damaged, too late, too complicated. But those voices are not mine. I call you beloved. I call you whole, not because you feel whole, but because my love is making you whole. You are not beyond repair. I don't just see what you've done. I see what's been done to you, and I hold your pain with reverence. My love brings light to the shadowed corners of your soul and brings rest to the weariness you forgot how to explain. Let me show you that love doesn't abandon, even in your mess. You've had people walk away when you needed them most. You felt the cold silence of disappointment, the sting of words spoken in anger, the loneliness of pretending everything is okay. But I am not them. I do not leave when your emotions are too much. I do not turn away when your words are raw. I do not punish you for being human. I came to be with you in that very humanity. I meet you in your anger, your heartbreak, your confusion, and I stay. I do not require you to be strong for me. I ask only that you let me love you where you are. Your heart is not too complicated for me to understand. Even when you can't explain what you're feeling, I understand it. Even when your emotions contradict each other, hope and fear, longing and resentment, peace and chaos, I do not get overwhelmed. I created your heart, and I know how to bring it back to life. My love is not shallow. It reaches into the depths, into the chaos, into the places you thought were too tangled to ever be touched. You don't have to figure it all out before you come to me. Come as you are. I will meet you in the confusion, and I will begin to untangle the pain with compassion. There is no wound too deep for my love to touch. The places where you were told you'd never heal, the moments you relive in secret, the guilt you carry without even knowing why, none of it is too much for me. I do not flinch at your story. I do not back away from your sorrow. My love goes beyond words. It is not limited by time or by how long you've suffered. Whether your wounds are fresh or old, known or hidden, loud or silent, I am the same healer. I do not demand explanations. I give embrace. And in that embrace, healing begins, not always quickly, but always deeply. I am not waiting for you to be whole to begin loving you. My love is not a reward for healing. It is the very beginning of it. You are not being tested, judged, or measured. You are being held, seen, and restored. I do not wait until you believe you're worthy. I come to remind you that you already are. My love does not ask you to earn it. It simply invites you to receive it. And when you do, something begins to shift. Not because you tried harder, but because you finally let go and allowed yourself to be carried. You are safe with me. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are deeply, relentlessly, unconditionally loved. So let your wounds be seen by the one who can heal them with love, not shame. You've tried to outrun your pain, to silence your past, to prove yourself to a world that doesn't understand. But you don't need to prove anything to me. I already chose you. I already see you. You are not a project to me. You are my beloved. I am not here to fix you like a problem. I am here to love you back to life. Let me hold what's been hurting. Let me stay where others walked away. Let me show you that my love is not temporary. It is the steady hand that holds you through every breaking and rebuilding until you finally see what I've always seen in you. A soul worthy of healing and a heart worthy of love. Your pain is not wasted, even when it feels senseless. I see the tears you've cried alone. I know the nights you've laid awake, wondering why life unfolded the way it did. The moments that shattered you, the silence that followed, the ache that seems to linger. I hold all of it with sacred care. You may not yet understand what this season of suffering is shaping in you, but I do. Pain is not my punishment. It is a place where something deeper begins to grow. Beneath every wound, I am planting seeds. In the cracks of your brokenness, I am working restoration. I never let your hurt be meaningless. Every trial has the potential to awaken what comfort cannot. It is easy to trust when everything flows in your favor, but it is in the struggle that the strength of your soul is revealed. I am not the author of evil, but I can redeem anything that touches you. Suffering has a strange way of shaking loose what does not belong. False identities, shallow dependencies, illusions of control. In your pain you have asked questions you never dared before. You've reached for hope more urgently. You've begun to see yourself not as the world defines you, but as I do, resilient, precious, and capable of rising through the fire. You are being stretched, not broken. I know how heavy this season feels. I know there are days you barely recognize yourself under the weight of all you carry. But I am not here to watch you fall apart. I am here to walk with you through the breaking so that new strength can emerge. Growth is not always gentle. Sometimes it comes through aching, through surrender, through emptiness. But I promise you this. What feels like the end is often the beginning of something sacred. I am not taking from you. I am transforming you. Through pain, I am carving out the space for something greater to rise within you. The pain you feel now may one day become the compassion you give. You have cried for healing, and I am answering, not only by restoring you, but by giving you the depth to love others more deeply. Your wounds are not signs of failure. They are places where my love is entering, and in time they will become places where my love flows out. You will speak comfort into lives you once couldn't understand. You will become a refuge for those who are hurting because you've been there. What you survive with me becomes a testimony, not a tragedy. Your scars will shine not as reminders of harm, but as evidence of healing. You are being refined, not forgotten. It may feel like I am silent, but I am not absent. In the deepest valleys, I am the closest. I do not abandon in the fire, I purify in it. What once chained you, I am breaking. What once defined you in shame, I am rewriting with grace. You may not see the progress, but transformation often begins in hidden places. When the world moves on without noticing your pain, I remain. I'm not in a hurry because I want your healing to last. The pressure you feel is not crushing you. It is forming the unshakable foundation you will stand on for the rest of your life. Don't let pain convince you that you've lost your worth. You are not less lovable because you are struggling. You are not weak for feeling overwhelmed. Pain is not a flaw. It is a sign that your heart is still alive, still longing, still capable of growth. I do not love the version of you who has it all together more than the one who's barely holding on. In fact, it is in your most fragile moments that my love surrounds you most fiercely. I'm not disappointed in your grief. I'm not surprised by your sorrow. I enter into it with you, not to rush you out, but to walk with you until you can breathe again. I am teaching you to see beauty through different eyes. Not everything that feels good is good for the soul. Not everything that hurts is meant to destroy. Sometimes I allow what is temporary to fall away so that what is eternal can take root. The world may call it loss, but I call it renewal. The things you thought you couldn't live without may have been holding you back. In every stripping away, I offer something deeper: clarity, peace, freedom. The ache you feel is not because I've taken something from you. It's because I'm preparing you for something you haven't seen yet. Let your eyes begin to shift. There is beauty rising in the ruins. Even in the pain, you are not alone, not for a second. When the weight feels unbearable, lean into me. I am not on the other side of your healing, waiting for you to arrive. I am beside you in every step. I know how to carry you when you're too tired to move. I know how to speak life when your thoughts grow dark. I am not just a distant hope. I am your present strength. You do not need to earn my help. You only need to let me be with you in the reality of your pain. I am not here to watch you suffer. I am here to suffer with you, and through that shared space, bring resurrection. Let this season soften you, not harden you. It's easy to close your heart when you're hurting, to build walls, to protect yourself, to expect disappointment. But the pain that came to break you can be the same pain that opens you. Do not fear vulnerability. It is not weakness. It is sacred ground. I can do more in one moment of raw honesty than in years of hiding. Let the tears fall. Let the anger speak. Let the questions rise. I can handle all of it, and through it all I will show you that love is not afraid of pain. I will meet you there, and in that space grow something unshakable in you. Your pain is not the end of your story. It is part of your becoming. I am not finished with you. What looks like ashes I see as the ground for rebirth. What feels like failure I use as the foundation for new life. You are not ruined. You are rising. There is more to come, more to be healed, more to be revealed in you, and every moment of pain you have endured will not be wasted. I will redeem it, restore it, and use it to shape a future more beautiful than you imagined. Hold on to me. Let me walk with you through this fire. You are not being destroyed. You are being made new in the arms of love that never lets go. The peace I give you is not fragile. It does not depend on circumstances. You may be standing in the middle of a storm that no one else sees, waves crashing inside your soul, winds of anxiety howling through your thoughts. Everything around you may feel chaotic and uncertain, but I want you to know that the peace I offer does not tremble in the presence of trouble. My peace is not shallow, not temporary, not based on the absence of difficulty. It is rooted in my presence, in the certainty that I am with you through everything. You don't need everything to calm down around you to begin to feel calm within. Let me anchor your heart in something deeper than what's happening outside of you. You were not meant to survive the storm by your strength alone. I see how hard you try to hold it all together. I know how tired you are of pretending to be okay. But peace doesn't come from controlling every detail or fixing every problem. Peace comes from releasing your grip and placing your trust in me. When your thoughts are racing, when your emotions rise like waves, I am your stillness. I do not offer temporary escape. I offer eternal grounding. The storms may rage, but they cannot shake the one who stands with you. You do not have to fight to earn peace. You only have to surrender to the one who is peace. Let me be your calm in the center of the chaos. When everything feels uncertain, when your heart is pulled in too many directions, when nothing makes sense anymore, come to me. I am not asking you to understand everything. I am asking you to lean into me. You are not abandoned in this storm. You are being held through it. While others may retreat in your struggle, I step closer. I am not disturbed by your mess. I am not overwhelmed by your feelings. I meet you exactly where you are and bring my peace into your most fragile places. I am the steady voice calling you to rest while the winds howl around you. The storms outside cannot undo the stillness I'm building within you. Your peace is not measured by the noise of the world, but by the depth of your connection with me. Do not look to circumstances to validate your calm. Look to my presence. I am not shaken by the waves, and neither are you when your soul is rooted in me. This is the peace that doesn't make sense to the world. It's the kind that survives the diagnosis, the betrayal, the grief, the unanswered questions. It doesn't depend on what happens next. It lives in knowing that no matter what comes, I am with you, and I never leave. You do not need to wait for everything to be fixed before you feel peace. Peace does not come when all problems are solved. It comes when you know you are not facing them alone. I'm not waiting at the finish line. I'm with you in every step, in every moment of fear, in every hour of waiting. Let your heart rest, even if the storm hasn't passed. Let your spirit breathe, even if the answers haven't arrived. My peace is not a reward for resolution. It is a gift in the middle of the unknown. I offer it freely, not to the perfect, but to the weary. Rest in me. Even in the wind, I am your whisper of stillness. Peace is not the absence of pain. It is my presence in your pain. You may feel that peace and pain cannot coexist, but I tell you they often do. My peace is not a denial of your reality. It is a deeper truth that runs underneath it. Even when your heart breaks, I can hold it gently and still give you calm. Even in tears, you can know the quiet assurance that I have not let you go. I do not require you to smile to receive my peace. I only ask that you let me sit with you in your sorrow. You will feel it, like light in the dark, like warmth in the cold, like still waters in the center of a storm. Do not mistake noise for power or silence for weakness. The world will shout fear. It will magnify danger, uncertainty, and despair. But I speak with a still, small voice. The peace I give is not dramatic. It's quiet, yet unshakable. It's the kind of peace that remains even when the storm continues to rage. You might not see the wind stop right away, but inside your soul, I am calming the panic. I'm slowing your heartbeat, easing your breath, whispering truth over every lie that fear has told you. Do not chase the world's version of peace. It fades. Mine remains, even when the sky turns black. When you feel overwhelmed, I invite you to rest, not to run. You don't need to earn rest. You don't need to apologize for needing peace. I created you to rest in me, to trust me with the weight you carry. Let go of the illusion that you must always be strong. Even the strongest fall, but those who fall into my arms find rest that no sleep can give. Let yourself slow down. Let your thoughts stop running ahead to every possible disaster. Let your soul be still, not because the storm has ended, but because you have remembered who holds it. I am not asking you to be fearless. I am asking you to trust that you are not alone. You are safest, not when the sea is calm, but when you are with me. Storms are inevitable. Winds will rise and waves will crash, but your safety has never depended on the weather. It has always depended on your anchor. I am that anchor. I hold firm when everything else slips. I am not moved by crisis. I do not panic in emergencies. I do not leave when life gets hard. I stay, and I hold you with a peace that doesn't flinch, a love that doesn't let go. When the waves get higher, I draw nearer. You are not at the mercy of the storm. You are under the covering of my peace. Let my peace become the rhythm of your heart, no matter what comes. I will not promise that storms won't come, but I promise that you will never face one without me. And because I am with you, peace is always possible. Even in the fiercest winds, let it steady you. Let it soften the tension in your shoulders, the weight in your chest. Let it be your answer when fear rises. My peace is not a passing moment. It is your inheritance as one who walks with me. Carry it not just when things are calm, but especially when they are not. You are not defenseless. You are surrounded by a peace that the world cannot give and cannot take away. What feels like a dead end to you is often the beginning of something miraculous to me. I know how it feels when you've reached the limit of your strength, when you've tried every door, every path, every solution you could think of, and nothing opens. I see you staring into walls that seem impossible to move, wondering why I haven't made a way yet, but I need you to understand something deeply. I do not operate within the limits of human possibility. I am not bound by the same logic, time, or space. When you run out of options, I am just getting started. I specialize in impossible roads. When you see no exit, I am already designing a way through. You were never meant to be your own rescuer. It's hard to let go of the need to be strong, the need to fix, to control, to explain everything. But surrender is not weakness, it's wisdom. When you reach the edge of yourself, you find me. I never asked you to carry it all, to figure it all out alone. I asked you to walk with me, to trust me, to lean into me when the road disappears. My ways are higher, not just in theory, but in action. I can create paths that logic cannot imagine. I can open doors in the wilderness. I can break through walls you've been banging on for years, and I will when the time is right. Even in your waiting, I am already working. You may not see progress, you may feel stuck, but behind the scenes of your confusion, I am moving. I am shifting things beyond your awareness. I am aligning the hearts of people you haven't even met yet. I am preparing circumstances, unlocking opportunities, and softening places that once felt hard as stone. I do not delay without purpose. Every second that feels like silence is filled with intentional motion. While you are praying for a door to open, I am building the foundation it will stand on. My timing is never early or late. It is always perfect. The path I prepare may not look like what you expected, but it will lead you to life. You might be searching for a way that feels familiar, logical, safe. But I often lead through ways that challenge your comfort, stretch your trust, and grow your faith. You may not recognize it as an answer at first. It might come in the form of discomfort, redirection, or even loss. But I am not just answering your prayer. I am shaping your heart along the way. The road may bend where you expected it to go straight. Trust that my detours are not delays. They are divine design. Where you see confusion, I see precision. Where you see an end, I see a door. I do not need favorable conditions to make a way. I don't wait for the storm to pass before I act. I create calm in the middle of it. I don't need resources to appear before I provide. I am the source itself. I don't require the approval of people to move. I move because I am sovereign. The environment around you might scream impossibility, but I'm not intimidated by what seems unworkable. I can part seas, move mountains, and make rivers flow through deserts. Your circumstances are not the final word. I am. When everything says, "No way," I whisper, "Watch me." Every closed door is not a rejection. Sometimes it's protection. You may feel like I've withheld something from you, like I didn't hear your request or ignored your need. But I never close a door without a reason. Sometimes I'm sparing you from what would have harmed you. Other times, I'm guiding you towards something far greater than what you imagined. Not all delays are denials. Not all no's are the end of the story. I see the full picture, the details you don't know, the moments you're not yet ready for. I love you too much to let you walk into something that would destroy what I'm building inside you. When you feel surrounded, I am already carving the way forward. Pressure has a way of making you feel trapped. You might be pressed on every side, emotionally, financially, relationally, but I have never lost sight of you. I am not confused about where you are. I am not panicking about how to reach you. The tighter the place, the greater the miracle that comes out of it. I do some of my deepest work when your options are gone, when you can no longer depend on your own strength. That's when my glory shines brightest, when the path opens and you know without a doubt that it was me and not your plan that made the way. You don't have to see the full path to take the next step. Often, I reveal the way one piece at a time. I ask for trust, not full understanding. I may not show you everything, but I will always show you enough to keep going. Faith grows in the steps between clarity and uncertainty. And I am right there in that space, guiding, nudging, confirming in the quiet that you're not walking in circles. You're moving forward even when your progress feels invisible. Do not wait for every light to turn green before you move. I will light the path step by step. Trust the next one. That's where you'll find me. The way I make is not just for escape, it's for transformation. I don't just lead you out, I lead you through. The path I prepare doesn't only remove you from what hurt you, it changes who you are in the process. I build resilience in your spirit. I deepen your perspective. I teach you endurance, dependence, compassion, and strength that nothing can take away. When you reach the other side, you won't just be free, you'll be new, and you'll carry the testimony that it wasn't coincidence or luck. It was my hand, my plan, my love that carried you through every impossible place. So when there is no way, remember, I am the way. Do not let the barriers in front of you convince you that the journey is over. Do not let delay convince you that I've forgotten. I am faithful in the silence, present in the confusion, and powerful in the impossible. When your eyes see nothing but walls, lift your gaze to me. I've always been a God of impossible roads, of miracles in the wilderness, of doors that no one else can open. Trust me, not only when the path is clear, but especially when it isn't. I am not asking you to understand how I'll do it. I'm asking you to believe that I will. I see you, even when the world walks past without noticing. There are moments when your soul cries in silence, and not a single person seems to hear it. You carry the weight of thoughts, memories, burdens, and fears that no one has ever asked about. You smile because it's expected, but behind that smile, your heart aches in ways words cannot describe. I see the effort it takes for you to keep going. I see the moments you almost gave up. You are not invisible to me. I know your story from the inside out. Every unspoken word, every private pain, every tear you've hidden from the world. You do not have to scream to be heard by me. Your quiet prayers, whispered under your breath or uttered in the stillness of the night, reach me with the same intensity as the loudest cries. I do not need volume to recognize your desperation. I do not require explanations to understand what you're feeling. I am not distant. I am near, so near that I feel the trembling of your spirit even before you acknowledge it. While others may overlook your struggle because it is hidden behind strength, I am fully aware of the battle you fight inside. In the crowd, I never lose sight of you. You may be surrounded by people, yet feel entirely alone. I know that loneliness well, for I have walked roads where no one understood my heart. But you are not alone in your isolation. I am the one who stays, who sees beneath appearances, who notices the things that others miss. When you feel like just another face, another name, another forgotten voice, I remind you that to me, you are known. You are seen not only as you are now, but as everything you were created to become. You are not defined by how visible your struggle is to others. People may only see the surface, the behavior, the appearance, the fragments you allow them to witness. But I see the whole story. I know why you react the way you do. I know the reasons behind your silence, your anger, your exhaustion. I don't just see your actions, I see your intentions. I don't just see your failures, I see your fight. And that's why I respond not with judgment but with compassion. I see the weight you carry, even when others call it weakness. I see your strength in holding on, not in being perfect. Even when you feel forgotten, you are held in my heart. Being overlooked by people does not mean you are abandoned by me. Their absence does not define your worth. I never miss a moment of your life. Not 1 second is outside my attention. When others walk away, I stay. When others stop listening, I keep leaning in. You don't have to be loud to matter. You don't have to prove your value. You already have it. The world may value visibility, but I value truth. And your truth matters deeply to me, even when no one else acknowledges it. There is nothing hidden that I have not already embraced. You may fear that if others truly knew you, they wouldn't love you. But I already do. I love the parts you try to hide. I love you through your mistakes, your doubts, your shame. Nothing about you shocks me. Nothing you carry disqualifies you from my presence. I am not waiting for a more polished version of you. I want the real you, the you that's tired, the you that's wounded, the you that's uncertain. You don't have to wear a mask with me. In my presence, you are completely safe to be honest, raw, and real. I celebrate victories you thought no one saw. Every act of kindness you gave without recognition, every sacrifice you made in secret, every step you took when it would have been easier to quit, I saw it all. Nothing you do in love is ever wasted. The world may reward noise and display, but I reward the heart. I see your unseen faithfulness and I rejoice in it. I collect every moment of perseverance, every quiet decision to choose light over darkness, and I hold them like treasure. You may think no one notices, but I do, and I honor it deeply. Your pain is never ignored by me, even when it seems endless. When your suffering stretches on and no one checks in, when your soul cries for someone to understand, I am there. I listen. I feel it with you. I am not a passive observer. I walk through the pain beside you. I do not need words to know when your spirit is heavy. I am drawn to your sorrow, not in pity, but in love. I will not leave you alone in it. My presence is your comfort, even when comfort feels far away. I am the friend who never forgets, the shepherd who never loses sight of a single sheep. You are not overlooked. You are chosen. You are not just seen. You are cherished. I do not merely notice your suffering. I carry it with you. The quiet ones, the weary ones, the hidden ones. I gather them close to my heart. You matter not because of what you do, but because of who you are. And who you are is someone I made with intention, loved with passion, and pursue without stopping. I do not let go. I do not lose count. I do not turn away when the crowd forgets you. I step closer, always. So lift your head, even if your heart is tired. When you wonder if anyone really sees you, remember that I always do. Not for a moment have you left my sight. Not once have you been overlooked by me. While the world may move quickly past your wounds, I stop and sit beside you. While others may forget what you're carrying, I never do. I see you not as broken or invisible, but as beloved. My gaze is not distant or indifferent. It is full of mercy, tenderness, and unshakable love. And I will keep seeing you, knowing you, and loving you until you finally see yourself the way I do. You may feel forgotten, but I have not stopped working in your life. There are moments when the silence feels louder than any voice you've ever heard. You wait, you hope, you cry out, but there seems to be no answer. You wonder if your prayers have been lost in the wind, if your tears have gone unnoticed. You see no movement, no sign, no breakthrough. And still, I am working. Not everything I do is visible right away. Some of my greatest works are done beneath the surface, in hidden places, shaping foundations for what is to come. The absence of noise is not the absence of my presence. You've come to believe that progress must be loud, dramatic, or visible, but I often move in stillness, in the unnoticed shifts of the soul, in the quiet decisions that shape your destiny. While you long for signs, I am building substance. While you search for answers, I am strengthening your character. My silence is not neglect, it is preparation. I do not delay out of disinterest, but out of love that refuses to give you something too soon. Timing matters because you matter. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Waiting is not wasted time, it is sacred time. I know it hurts to wait. I see the frustration when nothing seems to change. But I am not indifferent to your longing. Every second of delay is measured with precision and purpose. I am stretching your faith, deepening your trust, and expanding your capacity to receive what I'm preparing. If I gave it all to you now, you wouldn't be ready for it. So I teach you to walk with me, not just run toward what you desire. I teach you endurance, and that is a gift greater than anything instant. Do not confuse my silence with distance. I am closest when you feel the most alone. I see you pacing in the dark, asking me where I am, and I whisper, I'm right here, even if you don't hear me. My voice doesn't always thunder. It often comes gently, wrapped in peace that defies logic. I lead you not with noise, but with presence. Trust isn't born when everything goes right. It's born when you choose me, even when nothing makes sense. When you keep walking, keep believing, keep hoping, despite the silence, you are growing in ways you can't yet see. There is a season for everything, and I govern the seasons of your life. Just as a seed must remain hidden in the soil before it breaks the surface, so must your purpose remain unseen before it fully blooms. Rushing would only damage what's being nurtured. You don't need to force your way forward. What is meant for you will come in its time. I have not forgotten you. I am aligning people, opportunities, resources, and healing in a way that only I can. You do not need to see the full picture to trust that I am painting something beautiful with your life. You grow stronger when you choose not to quit. Even when all you have is a fragile strand of hope, it is enough. You think you're standing still, but your endurance is movement. Every time you choose not to give up, you defeat the lie that says your efforts are in vain. I treasure your perseverance. I hold your tears as prayers. I see your heart when you keep believing despite disappointment. You are not failing. You are learning what it means to lean completely on me, and that is a lesson more precious than anything success can teach. I am not slow. I am strategic. You may think things should have happened by now, but my timeline is not dictated by human standards. I see things you do not. I protect you from what you can't see coming. I delay certain things not to harm you, but to preserve you. I am never late. Every door I open is at the right time, in the right place, with the right people. What seems like silence is often a divine pause, a breath before something sacred begins. I honor the process because I honor you. Even in silence, I am answering your prayers. You may not recognize the way I respond. It may not look the way you imagined. But I am responding, with grace, with wisdom, with perfect love. Sometimes I say wait because what you've asked for is too small compared to what I want to give you. Sometimes I say not now because I'm growing your heart to carry more than you thought possible. And sometimes I say nothing, not to confuse you, but to draw you deeper into trust. I'm not absent. I'm at work in the silence. Hold on, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Your breakthrough is not only about the outcome, it's about who you become along the way. You are not who you were when you first began. You've gained wisdom, compassion, resilience, and faith. That is victory in itself. I'm shaping you into someone who reflects my love, not just someone who receives my gifts. What I'm doing in you is eternal. And eternity doesn't rush. Keep walking with me. Keep trusting my pace. Every step you take is seen. Every moment you choose to believe, heaven celebrates. When it's time, nothing will stop what I've ordained for you. What I begin, I complete. What I promise, I fulfill. You are not stuck. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are being refined. I see the struggle. I see the ache. I also see the strength rising in you, even when you don't. Hold my hand. Rest your weary soul in my presence. Let go of the need to control the outcome. I am working in ways you cannot see, and when the time is right, the silence will break into beauty. And you will understand why I asked you to wait. You do not need to pretend to be someone else to be loved by me. I see you entirely, without masks, without filters, without the version of yourself you show the world. I know the parts you hide, the flaws you fear others will discover, and the broken pieces you think disqualify you from being worthy. And yet, my love for you remains constant, unshaken by your weaknesses, unbothered by your past. I don't love a future version of you. I love you now, but my love is not passive. It moves, it lifts, it transforms. Because I love you, I will not leave you the same. You were never meant to carry shame like armor. Shame has whispered lies into your heart for too long. It told you that you must earn love, that your value is measured by perfection, that you are unworthy unless you become someone else. I did not create you to live under that weight. My love does not shame. It restores. I see where you failed, but I also see who you are becoming. I do not define you by your worst moments. My gaze reaches beyond your mistakes and sees the purpose I planted in you before you ever took your first breath. Come to me as you are, but don't expect to remain unchanged. My presence is healing, but healing means transformation. When you walk with me, things begin to shift, not because you are forced, but because love invites growth. I will challenge your fears, confront your wounds, and awaken the parts of you that have been asleep for too long. You may resist at times, clinging to what feels familiar, even if it hurts. But I am patient. I lead you step by step. And as you surrender each part of yourself, I begin the beautiful work of making you whole. Transformation is not immediate. It is sacred and slow. I will never rush your process. I will never demand that you become perfect overnight. The journey I offer is one of grace, not pressure. You will stumble, you will fall, and I will be there every time to lift you again. Growth is messy, and that's okay. There is no shame in learning. My love remains unchanged through every step of your transformation. I do not give up on you, not now, not ever. Even when you struggle to believe in yourself, I remain confident in the masterpiece I am creating within you. You are not alone in the fight to become who you were meant to be. I walk with you in the unseen battles. When your thoughts turn against you, when the old habits call your name, when the fear of change tempts you to go back, I am there. My voice is not one of condemnation, but of gentle conviction. I remind you of who you are, not who the world says you are. I remind you that transformation is not about earning love, but responding to it. I am not waiting for you to impress me. I am guiding you to become your truest self, the one I've always known. The world tries to mold you, but I call you into freedom. So many voices try to define you, compare you, diminish you. They tell you what success should look like, how you should behave, what you should chase. But my voice is different. I do not ask you to perform. I ask you to abide. I do not measure your worth by appearance, achievement, or approval. I call you to something deeper. I want your heart, not your performance. And in giving me your heart, you will find peace that no applause can offer and purpose that no failure can steal. The transformation I offer is not external. It begins within. Many chase change on the surface, trying to fix what's visible. But I reach deeper. I heal the roots. I soften the hardened places in your soul. I restore what trauma has broken and bring light to the shadows of fear and insecurity. As your heart changes, your life begins to reflect it. And suddenly, where there was bitterness, there is compassion. Where there was anger, there is peace. Where there was doubt, there is trust. This is the kind of transformation my love brings, not cosmetic, but eternal. You do not transform alone. You transform in relationship with me. I am not a distant observer in your journey. I am intimately involved, walking beside you through each layer of growth. I will show you what needs to be let go, not to hurt you, but to free you. I will lead you to confront pain, not to overwhelm you, but to heal you. You never have to navigate this alone. When you're tired, lean on me. When you're confused, seek my voice. I am not asking you to change so I can love you. I am loving you so you can be changed in the safest way possible. You are becoming more radiant than you realize. Even when progress feels slow, something powerful is taking place within you. You are shedding old skins. You are breaking generational chains. You are learning to live from a place of identity, not insecurity. I celebrate every moment you choose truth over lies, peace over fear, love over bitterness. Do not underestimate the beauty of small victories. They matter. They build something eternal. You are not going backwards. You are being refined like gold in fire, and I will not stop until you shine. My plan is not to fix you. It is to reveal who you truly are. You were made in beauty, on purpose, for a purpose. The world tried to distort that, but I am restoring it. Every step of your transformation is a return, not to perfection, but to the original design of your soul. You are loved more deeply than you can imagine. You are capable of becoming more free than you've believed possible. Trust me, walk with me, let me write your story. Not one of shame, but of redemption. Not one of fear, but of joy. I love you as you are, and because I love you, I will keep transforming you into all that you are meant to be. Uncertainty can feel like a heavy fog that clouds your vision and weighs down your spirit. I understand the discomfort of not knowing what comes next, the fear of stepping forward when the path is unclear. It is natural to crave certainty, to want answers now, to desire control over your circumstances. But I invite you to trust me in the fog, to walk forward even when you cannot see the whole road. I am with you, guiding your steps even when the way feels uncertain. I am preparing something better than you can imagine, and this season is part of the journey toward that promise. Not knowing what lies ahead is not a sign of abandonment, it is an invitation to faith. When your plans unravel and your expectations fall away, I am inviting you to rely not on what you see, but on who I am. I am steady and unchanging, even when your world is shifting beneath your feet. I do not expect you to have all the answers. I only ask that you hold on to me when the future looks unclear. Faith is not a blind leap, but a steady grip on the hand that will never let go. Even in uncertainty, I am your anchor and your light. Sometimes I am preparing your heart before I reveal the plan. There is a divine purpose in every season of waiting and wondering. I use these times to shape your character, to deepen your resilience, and to expand your capacity to receive what I have prepared. I am never late, even if it feels like I am. My timing is perfect because it aligns with the growth I am nurturing within you. Trust that the uncertainty you experience is not wasted time, but a sacred process of preparation for something far greater than you can see now. Your uncertainty does not mean you are alone or forgotten. In moments when doubts swarm and fear threatens to overwhelm, I am nearer than you realize. I am not distant or disconnected. I am intimately involved in your life, aware of every struggle and every hope. When you feel like you are stumbling in the dark, I am the steady presence that steadies your steps. You may feel unseen by those around you, but I see you fully and hold you tenderly. There is no place so uncertain that I cannot reach you there. Embrace the tension between faith and doubt. It is where growth happens. You may wrestle with questions and fears, wondering if I am truly at work. That wrestling is not failure. It is part of your journey toward deeper trust. I do not expect you to have perfect faith, only a heart willing to seek me even when the way is unclear. Every question you ask is heard, every doubt is understood, and every moment you choose to keep moving forward is honored. Growth is born in the tension between not knowing and trusting anyway. I am weaving a story through your uncertainty that will reveal my glory. What feels confusing and chaotic now will one day be a testimony of my faithfulness. I am crafting a narrative that only I can write. One where every twist, every turn, and every detour serves a purpose. The better days ahead are being formed in this moment, even if you cannot see them yet. Your uncertainty is not the end of your story, but a vital chapter in a larger, beautiful plan. Trust me to turn the unknown into a masterpiece of grace. Let go of the need to control the outcome and rest in my sovereignty. It is tempting to try to manipulate circumstances, to force doors open, or to seek quick fixes when the future feels uncertain. But I invite you to release that burden. Surrender your desire for control and find peace in knowing that I hold the whole universe in my hands, including your life. My plans are far greater than yours, and my wisdom far exceeds your understanding. Rest in the confidence that what I am doing is good, even if it looks different than you expect. Keep your heart open to possibilities beyond your imagination. Uncertainty often closes your eyes to what could be. It narrows your vision and limits your hope. But I encourage you to look beyond the immediate confusion and believe in possibilities that surpass your current understanding. I am a God of surprises and miracles, always ready to bring unexpected blessings when you least expect them. Your future is not limited by what you see now. It is expanded by my power and my love. In the waiting, cultivate patience and perseverance. Patience is not passive. It is an active trust that waits without giving up. Perseverance is the courage to keep moving even when the road is unclear. I am with you in every moment of waiting, sustaining your spirit and renewing your strength. When you feel weary, lean into me. When you feel discouraged, remember my promises. Your endurance is not unnoticed. The seeds of your faith are growing beneath the surface, preparing a harvest of hope and joy. Trust in me, and you will find peace amid uncertainty. Peace does not mean the absence of difficulty. It means resting in my presence, regardless of what surrounds you. I am your refuge and strength, your ever-present help in times of trouble. When the future is uncertain, you can lean on me as your sure foundation. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hold tightly to that truth. Let it calm your anxious heart and steady your steps. The best is yet to come, and I am walking with you every step of the way. My love for you is not based on your performance or your ability to earn it. It is constant, unwavering, and unconditional. No mistake you make, no failure you experience, no moment of weakness can reduce the depth of my love for you. I do not keep score or hold grudges. My love is not dependent on your perfection, but on who you are, my beloved creation. Even when you stumble, even when you fall, my arms remain open wide, ready to welcome you back with compassion and grace. You are not rejected. You are cherished beyond measure. There is nothing you can do to make me love you less, and nothing you can do to make me love you more. My love is not transactional. It does not increase or decrease based on your actions. It is a river that flows endlessly, without beginning or end. You are the recipient of a love that existed before the world was made and will remain long after time has passed. This love is a foundation you can build your life on, a refuge when storms come, a light when darkness threatens. It is the most certain thing you can hold on to. You are deeply known, and still I choose to love you fully. I see everything about you, your strengths and weaknesses, your joys and sorrows, your hopes and fears. I know your heart in its entirety, including the parts you try to hide from others and even from yourself. Yet I choose you, not because you are flawless, but because you are mine. My love is not blind, it is filled with understanding and acceptance. I do not ask you to earn my love. I invite you to receive it freely and live in its freedom. My love pursues you relentlessly, no matter where you go or what you do. There is no place too far, no mistake too great, no distance too wide that can separate you from my love. I follow you through every valley, every dark night, every season of confusion and doubt. I am the constant in your life, the unshakable presence that never leaves or forsakes you. When you feel alone, I am with you. When you feel unworthy, I see your true value. My love is a pursuit that never tires and a promise that never fails. You are more than the sum of your past mistakes because my love transforms you. I do not hold your past against you. Instead, I offer healing and renewal. My love breaks chains of guilt and shame. It restores hope where despair has taken root. When you accept my love, you are invited into a new story, a story of grace, redemption, and purpose. I am not interested in your failures. I am focused on your future. Through my love, you can become all that I created you to be, free from the weight of what once held you down. Nothing can separate you from my love, not circumstance, not others, not even your own doubts. You may face storms that shake your faith. You may encounter rejection or pain. You may question your worthiness or struggle with fear. None of these things can remove you from the embrace of my love. I am stronger than every obstacle and more faithful than every challenge. My love is a shield that protects you and a light that guides you home. No power in heaven or on earth can diminish my love for you. My love calls you to respond, not out of obligation, but out of freedom. I do not demand your love as a condition for mine. Instead, I invite you into a relationship built on trust, grace, and mutual surrender. When you grasp the fullness of my love, you will want to live differently, not because you have to, but because you want to. My love transforms hearts and changes lives. It frees you from fear and opens you to joy. It invites you to love others as you have been loved, not perfectly, but genuinely and generously. In the moments when you feel least lovable, my love is there to remind you who you truly are. You are beloved beyond measure, chosen before time began, and treasured above all else. I see your worth even when you cannot. I hold you when you feel broken and lift you when you feel weak. My love is the constant heartbeat that never stops, the unending song that plays over your life. You are not defined by what you feel or what others say. You are defined by my love, and that definition never changes. My love is patient and kind, enduring through every trial and season. I do not grow weary of loving you, even when you struggle to believe it. My love does not envy or boast. It does not insist on its own way, but bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. It is a love that sacrifices, forgives, and perseveres. No matter how many times you fall, my love will always be there to lift you up. It is a love without end, without condition, without limit. Rest in the certainty that my love for you will never fail. There is nothing that can separate you from this love. No distance too great, no mistake too large, no darkness too deep. I am with you always, holding you in the palm of my hand, surrounding you with grace and mercy. You can trust in this love, rely on it, and live boldly because of it. You are deeply and eternally loved. Nothing will ever change that truth. That was today's message, my beloved chosen children. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment to receive a very important message about your life. Amen.